everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks. This is your pick a card reading for the next fortnight. So today, in honor of the full moon in Sag, which is today here, where I am, I'm using Temperance as your card of choice. So your choices are from Group 1 is Secrets of Paradise Tarot. Group 2 is the Tarot of White Cats. Group 3 is the Spellcasters Tarot. And Group 4 is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. So just feel what you're drawn to. I've also drawn a card just as guidance from the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. I like to do that to anchor the reading, kind of. Welcome back, Group 1. You chose the Secrets of Paradise Tarot. Look at that beautiful Temperance card. Wow. It's a very playful energy. And your card from the Witch's Wisdom Tarot is the Two of Air, which is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords often speaks about maybe letting your head get in the way of your heart, or being too minded about something, but being stuck in your head. I'm not seeing that. There might be two parts to choose from. Well, I'll see as the reading comes. I'll let this help. But I love this, the nature feeling, the feeling of fresh air here. And maybe that's what your main guidance is, to dance at a water fountain or dance in the fresh air. There's something about the fresh air and nature that's important for you right now. But let's see what your reading has to say. In reverse. So there's something that has piqued your curiosity, I feel, but you might be ignoring those nudgings. That's an interesting segue there. In the recent past, you have the Queen of Coins here. Let me just check. Oh, gosh, thank goodness I checked. Okay. So you have the Queen of Coins. You might have lost money, or maybe you are waiting for money, waiting for a payout or something that you might be feeling impatient about. Because of this here, I think this might be a person. Maybe you are waiting on information from or about a person, someone to reach out to you. At the center, you have the Five of Pentacles, and this is a card of feeling left out. But here it's in the reverse. I feel you are healing something about, well, I was going to say aloneness, and then I see the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse here. I hadn't taken note of that. It's like, this is a message that, well, okay. It's like a feeling of equating aloneness with loneliness, or being alone with being a bad thing, kind of. Being alone doesn't mean you have to be lonely, right? And being in a relationship, you can be lonely. So there's something going on there. Because you have all these pentacles, I'm feeling there might be something to do with money. It could be that you have felt excluded from a contract. We'll see. And then with the Five of Wands, what you need to think about, you have it's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about competing. You can see these guys are competing here. I hope you can see. It's not a serious competition, but it's a competition anyway. So maybe you have your eye on someone, but you feel there's a lot of competition, or you've got your eye on a job and you feel there's competition. We'll unpack this more. In the unconscious, there's something about communication that is coming to the surface, or you know what it could be. It could be something that some communication that went awry, and like, let's say Yeah, and you don't know about it, but it feels like it's going to be revealed. Something that you didn't know about, maybe. That's what it feels like. You have the High Priest, which is the card of Taurus. It's the Hierophant here, representing you. Wow, you are... This is such a mixed reading. We will bring it together, but you are releasing expectations, maybe. Maybe that's it. You're releasing expectations of this job, of this person, of how this should show up, whatever this is. And I feel like if it's something from the past, it might show up again. Maybe people, if this is a relationship, people have healed and it looks like it's coming back to re-look at. Maybe people have freed themselves from certain restrictions. It could be you that has freed yourself from a relationship to pursue another, or work to pursue something else here. And around you is the King of Swords. There's this communication, I feel, again. Are you afraid of upsetting this person? Could be an air sign here. Earth sign, air sign. Perhaps you are waiting on this that hasn't come in, and you're afraid to upset this. We'll come back to the advice, but in the future you have the Seven of Cups, which is about options. In this Seven of Cups, it's like someone, you standing out from the crowd, like you winning the prize. So maybe you win the prize, this thing. That's what it looks like to me. Let's see with the clarifiers. Coming in from the cold, coming in from the cold. But also, nice. And beneath the deck, you get the Nine of Coins in reverse. Okay, so to me, there's definitely this feeling of being alone, maybe, like, yeah, a feeling of being the outsider. Maybe you are working on that, healing of that. With the Queen of Coins in the near past, you get the Ten of Wands. Wow, perhaps you have walked away from a relationship or a job where there was quite a bit, maybe abundance, but it wasn't satisfying. It could be a relationship with an earth sign as well. It's like you walked away from that because on the surface it might have, it gave you a lot, but it burdened you. I feel that's what's happened. And now, let me see. This card feels like the Tower, the Hermit. This is the card of Virgo, but so a lot of earth here. So this could be a Taurus that you were dealing with. So, or Virgo that you were dealing with. That's what's shown up, Taurus and Virgo. So with the Hermit card, with the Five of Coins, you get the Hermit. Yeah, there's this feeling of being outside of. Now, this is what is coming to me. This is what I feel. So being outside of is not a bad thing. But for you, I feel you are feeling the isolation of it. Perhaps you are coming out of it. But the thing is, for me, with the Nine of Coins, you know what I feel? You have been alone for a long time. Maybe work-wise or relationship-wise. And maybe what you're doing right now is coming to terms with that and healing something related to that. And possibly you are healing that in order to move on to something that you're preparing yourself for, something new, something that maybe this two of air is not about being two-minded, it's about bringing two into one. That's for those for whom this is a relationship. For others, maybe you're preparing yourself you've been worked on your own for a long time, and maybe you're preparing to join an organizational firm or a partnership. And where you will let go of this need to compete, maybe you've felt this constant need to prove yourself. Like, I stand out. And maybe you're letting go of that now. But there's a lot of loner energy here. And that's okay. Maybe you are a loner. But I think that it's been excessive. It's made you feel unwanted or alone, And then with the Five of Wands, you get the High Priestess. I feel there's something you need to listen to. The High Priestess is in the reverse. There's some place you are not listening to your intuition. And it's to do with partnerships. Okay. So I feel, Group 1, that you maybe are comfortable with your loneliness and maybe enjoy your alone time. But sometimes it can be lonely, right? And you are healing something around that. And I feel it's leading you to some kind of partnership. You might be needing to listen to your intuition about that partnership. It is possible that perhaps there is a partnership waiting for you, but you feel there's a lot of competition for that job, that person, that whatever, and so you are not listening to your intuition about it. You're saying, okay, I can just be alone, kind of thing, or I don't need that job, whatever the case might be. So listen to your intuition about something, and so that, because I feel like this aloneness is making you lonely and lonesome and lonely, right? Can be working against you, and maybe it's time now for a partnership of some sort to help free you. This feels to me so much like Mercury retrograde. There's some communication came in, but you didn't receive it, kind of thing. And like maybe a job came in, but you didn't see it. A person sent you a message and you didn't see it. And that message or that thing is something that could free you. And I feel now this message is coming. Maybe it's a belated message. Maybe somebody or people wanted to send you a job offer or relationship offer, and it hasn't come in yet. And yet this looks to me like it's there. It's probably showing up. I don't like to focus too much on the future, but this is the indication that it seems to be coming up. Something needs to be, for some of you, it could be that you need to communicate about something that you haven't, because that will free you. It can even be like, say you've applied for a job and haven't heard back. Your acting to ask is the thing that frees you, whatever the outcome is. It's something like that. And then here, with the High Priest, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Something's not satisfying you. It's something that was restrictive. And with the Nine of Cups, it's like, it's been very unsatisfying. But maybe you are group 1, starting to liberate yourself from this thing. It could be a marriage. It could be something that has kept you feeling unsatisfied, feeling very alone, even in something where there might have been a partnership, right? You've had to constantly compete and stuff. Yeah. But it feels like that is changing here, because the High Priest is in reverse. around you, wow, the King of Swords and the King of Cups, something is changing here. I feel perhaps a relationship from the past coming back with, what did we get here that made me think of that? With the Eight of Cups, something that you thought you'd let go of hasn't been let go of. And perhaps even this work thing, it feels like coming back. So something that you thought was, let's say it's a relationship, you felt you'd offended that person, or that person had offended you, harsh words were said, but something's changing. That's for some of you. For some of you, maybe a new person comes in with a more gentle nature is coming in. But I feel like you're walking towards something that is more satisfying for you, Group 1. In the near future, I feel you are going to act. Once this information comes to the surface, you will act. I feel you've been stuck, and now it's time to act, and you will find the energy to act, and you make something feels victorious here. The Seven of Cups is about making a choice, having lots of choices. Here, someone has been chosen, has been selected. And that's what I feel is you are selected, and it leads to a sense of deep peace and fulfillment. It could be a relationship, a new job, whatever, new partnership that leads to deep peace. Beautiful. And then with the advice, you have the Queen of Wands with the Hanged Man. I feel this is saying wait. This is saying wait. What you can do while you wait is focus on your worth. Now, I know that's contradicting myself here because I said maybe you'll talk, but I feel now that this is communication that comes in. And this is really about just chilling and allowing inner guidance. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, and I feel this then helps you listen to your inner voice, you know. Maybe in your chilling, you're looking at issues about journal. That's my thing. These things that make you feel alone. I feel like what's happening is that you're releasing something major around how you've perceived yourself. Maybe you've told yourself that you are alone forever, or you will always be a soul practitioner, or you will always, whatever it is, always be in this position, in this job, in this marriage, in this relationship, in this whatever. And something is shifting in that regard. There's a big shift. And you are starting to acknowledge things. But in the next week or so, I feel maybe this Hanged Man, this waiting thing is about you taking time out to write about this feeling of loneliness, to write about why, what, who, why, is it still, just, what the thing with journaling is, you don't necessarily you can't go there with a predetermined outcome. You can have a question, and you let what reveals itself reveal itself. So that's what I would suggest. I feel the issues around aloneness and loneliness, competition, being the outsider, all that kind of thing. And it's related to some kind of relationship, whether it's work or family or lovers, whatever. Let me get you one more from this deck that I seldom use. Seven of Fire, which is the Seven of Wands. Seeing your worth. Do you know, it's like waiting for something to happen that triggers the action, but don't act in haste. Do you know? Like, it's almost like let that communication come to you, and then you act in your own best interests through having listened to your inner voice. And that comes through journaling, trust me. Okay, Group 1, let me leave it there. I send you lots of love. I hope this has helped you. I'd love your feedback, and a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, Group 2. You chose the Tarot of White Cats, which is such a playful tarot deck, and then you have the World. And what I'm seeing here is you fleeing the scene of destruction. Maybe you've caused some chaos and now you're out of here. Well, you're leaving something that is burning. And that's a good thing, I guess. Well, you're leaving something that is burning. Let's see what this is all about. Two, you have some really interesting cards here. Let's see. Beneath the deck, you get the Four of Swords, which talks about coming out to play, maybe. In the near past, you get Strength in the reverse, suggesting something might have made you feel, maybe you've just been tired, you know, and you have the Five of Swords at the center with the Eight of Swords. You've been feeling restricted by something. That seems to be a cycle, I feel. Five of Swords. It is in reverse, so maybe you are freeing yourself from that. Let me make space here for the bigger cards. Yeah. And look at the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is in reverse there. Wow, you've got a completely different deck from group one, but so many of the same cards. You have the Hierophant here in reverse, and they did that as well. Very interesting. Yeah. Anyway, so something's left you feeling restricted. But I think you are moving on from that. But I think you are also needing to think about, with the Two of Swords, how you open. I think maybe you've been stuck in your head about something and you are needing to open your heart in a situation and see something with more feeling. You see here the Queen of Wands is also upside down, is in reverse. So it's like passionless, something that's passionless. Maybe that's what's happened. You've been in a relationship or something where you've felt no passion. But I feel that's changing here with the Five of Swords and the Hierophant in the reverse. Something's shifting that is, I think, promising you freedom and justice, more importantly, with the Justice card there in the upright. So you get Taurus, Leo, Libra. And that's your lovely Temperance card and your World card, hey? Let's not forget them. Interesting. So you have this Hierophant, like maybe you are ready to liberate yourself from something, which then promises you a fresh new beginning with the Page of Coins. And you have just the Ten of Cups here as well, which suggests something beautiful. It is in the advice. So it is about saying, what is this? What is wish fulfillment? It's thinking about wish fulfillment and striving for that and nothing in this. There's a lot of healing happening here, healing of your heart. I feel you've had your heart closed, group two, to something or someone or some possibility because of it having been hurt in the past, some cycle that's gone round and round, and it's left you feeling like powerless, I feel, and passionless. And it's time for you to change that cycle now and liberate yourself. I don't mind when the Hierophant is in reverse, because I feel it is talking about freedom. It can be talking about freedom from structures that have held you because they were the way it should be, kind of thing. And maybe you are having a new take. Maybe something comes in that gives you this new lease on life, you know. Let's see. But there's a feeling, I feel like you need to come out to play a bit more. And I do think that something now is done. Something's done. And you do need to walk away to this more playful energy. No, even with the Four of Swords there, not taking things too seriously, not being in your head too much. And look at that, you get the Ace of Coins beneath that, suggesting like this offer that comes in. Let's see. Wow, Hierophant again. King of Swords. Okay, group 2. Beneath this deck, you have the Five of Coins. Wow, in the reverse, which group 1 got as well. So, so this feeling, wow, these fives, like you've got lots of fives. You've got a Five of Wands at the center, Five of Swords at the center. You know, Five of Swords can be quite heavy, mind game kind of energy. But you've got that changing. Let's cycle. Five of Coins is outside, a feeling of being outside. I think you are going to stand up for something. Okay, let's look at the Strength card. I feel like, and then you have the Five of Wands there. You've been in a situation where you felt constantly like you've had to compete. Maybe in a partnership where you've been overlooked. You've constantly felt like you're outside, and it's shifting now, group 2. You have, with the Four of Wands, this thing you had hoped would be your stability. You know what happens sometimes when we've been in a job for long or a relationship for long. I'm just getting incense. You know, we can tend to have a defeatist attitude, like I'm here, I can't change, this is my lot, and I think that's your thing, and you are actually challenging yourself about that. Or at least that's what you're being guided to do, because this thing that you thought was stability has hurt you a lot, is what I'm thinking. It's hurt you a lot. And then you have 2 eights, the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords. I think it's time for you to break out of this loop. Eight of Wands is in the reverse. You haven't been communicating your needs, and it's made you feel stuck. I feel strongly that you're being guided to now break out of these bonds, this thing that's bound you. And then with the Two of Swords, you have the Two of Wands. I think, so you can, maybe, this is what you need to think about. Maybe you need a good dose of the ocean. The ocean is so powerful, you know, it's like it breathes, it feels in, out. And maybe you can go and do some deep breathing at the ocean, or if you can't be at the ocean, watch ocean pictures, movies, something about the ocean, or even find a meditation that has ocean sounds. And do that deep breathing. It's time to move on, and maybe you've been feeling stuck, dear hearts. The Two of Wands and the Two of Swords suggest that stuckness, but I really feel like you're preparing yourself to move, but maybe just you need to allow, not the stuckness, but turn the stuckness now into just waiting, in and out. And you know, the eights there are also infinity, you know. There's something about that. Just be with that for a while before you make a move. With the Queen of Wands, you get the Four of Coins. There's this thing about stability again. It's in the unconscious. You have convinced yourself that this is where you are. You can't move from where you are. And I feel like this reading is saying, start preparing yourself. Start conditioning yourself. And I feel part of it is doing this ocean work. But that ocean work helps you get out of your head and into your heart and feel what's right for you, group 2. You have, for the Hierophant, you have the Three of Coins. In the reverse, definitely I feel like something has not been a good partnership. Something has not honored you. Something has not felt right for you. And I feel it's shifting. You might not know that it's shifting, but I think you have shifted. You've started shifting your perspective. You started seeing the possibilities of something different. And I feel it will require letting something go. It definitely letting ideas go of what happy families look like. As a happy family doesn't have to be mother, father, 2.5 kids or whatever they say, right? Happy families can be 2 dads, 2 moms. It can be granny, grandpa, me, whoever I am, my baby. It can be an adopted child. It can be, happy families can be friends. And this is what you are working on, is liberating yourself from this idea of this happy place that has not been satisfying. Like, even if it's work, you have convinced yourself that this is your family, like you've been with this organization, this company for so long, this is your lot. That is shifting. And I think it shifts your mindset and opens you up to new beginnings, new ideas about what solidness looks like, what happiness looks like. This page of coins is such a happy and fulfilled page. And then with the justice, you get the world card. So for some of you, well, it is definitely a feeling like this is still in process, that you are not ready yet, but you are preparing yourself to move away from something. Okay, this is what I'm getting now. You've started the first fires. You've started moving away, but you're still affected by the smoke. You're still affected. If you turn around, you can still see the fire that you've created. It's something like, this word has been coming up a lot for me, self-sabotage. What does that mean? When you do things that sabotage something, it could be that you're doing something in your own best interests. But you know what I mean? So subconsciously you're sabotaging something, but it might be that you're doing it in your own best interests. I think it came up in a reading last week as well. So you are fleeing the scene, but you haven't fled it. There's part of you that's still healing from this destruction that you've caused. It could be in work. You said something that set the cat amongst the pigeons, kind of. And it's interesting, you've got the cats, or maybe that's why I thought about it. But you've said something that set something in motion that is irreversible. But you're still doing some confrontation within, I feel. But I feel like justice is being served. Justice is coming, like this thing is going to turn out for you. Like it's time for you to honor yourself now, group 2. What is justice for you? What is fair and balanced, I want to just think about this world card. It might be fears as well of letting go completely. And then in the outcome you have the 3 of Swords, and the King of Swords. So there might be some unhappy feelings, there might be some unhappy fallout, but I think that it's in your own interests, Sometimes we do have to rock the boat, and that's what I feel is happening. And with the 3 of Swords in reverse, it's for your own healing. That might be you saying what needs to be said, and it might, perhaps this is more of an outcome, is that you are going to burn those bridges. That's a possibility. And look at this, you creating new ideas. Look at this. This is so amazing. You have the 10 of Cups there next to the Hierophant, and here you have in your advice the Hierophant and the 10 of Cups. Your advice is to think about what for you feels like structure, what for you feels like solidness, happiness, joyful family. And I said to group 1, maybe this is your guidance. Maybe I must do a little video on journaling, that to journal, journal, journal. And yours is about journaling on what makes me happy. What does this new structure look like? Could it look like that will fulfill me? You know, the Hierophant speaks about institutions like marriage, like university, like jobs. It can speak about so many things. So whatever's going on for you, you need to think about what does that look like, and how can you can have a work that is soul satisfying. You can have a relationship that is soul satisfying, and that's what you need to journal about. What is your 10 of Cups? And 10 of Cups, look at it. You just need to look at it to know it's about wish fulfillment. But you are creating new conventions about happy families. That's it. So I spoke about happy families, but I also am talking about happy families metaphorically, because I think for some of you, it is an actual family. What does that feel like? What does this ideal feel like? You know, but for some of you, it could be a work situation. What does that happy family look like? Maybe that's what you want. You want work where you feel part of a collective, part of people striving for the same goal, you know, with people where you can stand around the coffee have coffee together and chat, in between work, why not? So that's what you need to be thinking about, because there's a big shift. And in order to prepare yourself for that shift, rather have started doing the work on what that ideal is, because then it sets in motion things in ourselves and outside of ourselves of what those ideals look like, instead of just meandering into anything that is just the same old, Okay, group 2, I'm going to leave it there. Very interesting reading. I'd love to hear your feedback, and please, if this has helped you in any way, give me a like, share with others, and let me know how it sat for you. Okay, group 2, I will chat with you again soon. Sending you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose 6 of Fire. It's a card of victory. I see nature again, like group 1. Ocean, like group 2. Freedom, something to do with freedom. And that's your choice of card. You have chosen the Spellcasters tarot. Let's see. Beneath the deck, you have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. See, this card looks like hoarding, right? I think you may be letting go of worry about finances, but there's a lot going on here. Let me just take a moment so you can see. Something in your past felt a bit unfair. Maybe in love, maybe you feel you were in a relationship and when it ended, you feel something was unfair, like the divvying up of the spoils or whatever. That sounds a bit harsh. I don't mean it like that. I just mean maybe you feel you were cheated when a relationship ended. Maybe you were cheated as well, and that's why you feel it's unfair. But I feel it might have something to do with money. What you need to think about is how you communicate, group 3. How do you say what you say? Do you say it in a fighting way with the Knight of Swords here? And does it work for you? Do you know? This is also in the unconscious. Maybe you think about that, and so future communication, you try to be more relaxed or say things in a way that is, well, let's see what comes out. You have the Five of Cups, a lot of change. I feel group 3, you are holding on to something. Freedom wants to come in. Oh, and with that, you're worried about money, maybe over concerned about how do I, like a squirrel, you know, like gathering my nuts in May. And I can understand that, you know, when it's not there, it can be scary, you know. So maybe you need to think about your relationship with money and why it is the way it is right now. Why it is that you're holding on to this past thing that has felt unfair. And maybe what you need to do to right it. Now, you have the Devil here in the near future, and it's right above this Five of Cups card. The Devil in the upright can be a positive thing. So you've got Libra and you've got Capricorn showing up. You might be dealing with Cappy. That's maybe they come in to help you with something. But the Devil can speak about power. How you use power is your question. How do you use power? This power, the way you communicate, you know, do you do it to trap? Or do you do it to liberate yourself and others? Around you is this King of Cups. You might be dealing with the King of Cups, and if that's the case, it's like a positive energy here around you. Very interesting. Well, let's see what comes out. And in the near future, in the outcome, you get the Page of Coins. So a big offer comes in. So maybe you have felt something's unfair, but perhaps justice comes in to create a more balanced situation. But let's see now I'll draw from these cards here. Oops. Let me just see if they come up. Oops. Let's see. Whoa. Gosh. Very, very interesting group. 3. Beneath the deck, you have the Eight of Cups again in the reverse, right? And you've got the Five of Cups there. It's like holding on to something that is no longer serving you, but you are holding on here. Maybe even this behavior. Maybe it is your feelings around money. Now, I feel like I must do a little, maybe a Zoom get-together with, if this is something that you're interested in, please reach out to me. You know, maybe money is a big thing for you right now and it's been difficult. So maybe we can do a little, with a group of us. I wouldn't mind doing like a 3-hour session where we do some releasing and healing and chatting, and yeah, let me know. Okay, so with the Justice card, you have the King of Swords. So the Justice card is in reverse and the King of Swords is upright. So maybe you spoke up for yourself on something and it didn't work out. That doesn't mean you shouldn't continue to do that. I think that something is just in process. It didn't work out then for whatever reason. You know, it could be you applied for a job, it went to someone else. That's okay. It means that you are, that was for someone else, do you know? And maybe you are not ready, or you are preparing for something else that is better suited for you. Trust that, you know. Trust that you are guided. Don't hold on to too hard, you know, out of bitterness or anger, you know. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. And I think that what happened is this Eight of Wands came out this way. Like, so I've put it in the upright. So there was communication that I think went astray. It's like I was saying to group 2, sometimes we say things that sabotage a relationship, but maybe it was the right thing. Or whatever relationship, even a work thing, we say something out of turn, but actually we were doing it in our own best interests. Our soul was doing it, you know, like forcing it out of us. You know what I mean? So with the 10 of coins here in the reverse, you have the World card. The world, something is ending. Oh, you know, exactly what I was saying. It was in your own best interests, and I think you need to trust that. You need to trust that. Like that 10 of coins was meant for someone else. Your 10 of coins is somewhere else, or your 10 of coins is coming in a different way, is what I'm feeling here, group 3. Trust in justice. With the, gosh, isn't that interesting? So you get the 8 of Wands there, and you get the 8 of Wands here. It's about how you speak. I think you need to change the way you speak. One, you need to be very, very specific. Not authoritarian, authoritative. It's like you need to, instead of fighting, you need to, it's like in my zodiac readings, this idea of doing the research, but not just for you. I feel it's not that, it's more writing things down in a way that you can motivate for them. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like doing that work of, like when you do taxes, you do accounting and stuff like that. It might not be easy, but it's necessary. And maybe some of you are dealing with like maybe even inheritance or taxes or whatever. And this is what I'm saying. Instead of you communicating and fighting, you communicate with facts and fairness. Say, this is what I see. Checks and balances kind of thing. That's the thing. And to do it authoritatively. And I think you're going to do that. This Emperor is like Gulliver manipulating things. You don't have to manipulate things, but you can stand in your power. I think that you are being invited to change a cycle now, group 3. To let go of what is not yours and ask for what is yours. You know, like if that job wasn't yours, you don't have to lament it. Nobody promised, you know, it's that song, I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden, something like that. If that relationship didn't work, they did not promise you a rose garden, though that job, like with me, I have to apply for many things. I've got to put proposals together. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't come in. And I can't feel angry about it. So that's what I'm saying. Turn it around, go into your head, be more heady. Be more in your head about this. Be more clinical. Write down. And that in that way you take back your power. In that way you stand up for yourself and what is fair to you. And here with there's this thing of not letting go of some partnership that you have convinced yourself is yours, I feel. Or it has to be this way kind of thing. And around you, you have a chance for a new beginning, but you might be holding on to something. I feel with the Fool here, it could be that this person is not, maybe this is a person coming in, but for some reason, if you are going through all this turmoil, you won't even see this properly. It could be someone from the past with the Fool there in reverse that you are engaging with. I'm going to see this person, it feels like a person or, you know, an organization, an entity. Yeah, so I would say just watch your words, right, with the Knight of Swords. Don't fight. Look at power. Your thing is to look at power. Look, you've got the Emperor here. That's about power. In the upright, it's about, in this case, it doesn't look, it looks like manipulation. I don't think you need to manipulate. But maybe the manipulation is in you being more clinical in your approach rather than fighting, which doesn't work for you. It hasn't worked for you with the Knight of Swords here. With the Knight of Swords here, both in the reverse. Change that behavior, group 3. Change that pattern because it's not working for you. And then look at how you use power with the devil here. Do you use it to trap yourself and others, or do you use it to liberate? Think about that. Journal about that. I'm saying that to everyone now. Okay. And then in the outcome, you have the Page of Cups in the upright and the Page of Cups in the reverse. So do you know, this feels to me like, which is mine and which is not mine. I have the right to mine. I don't have the right to someone else's. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing that I was talking about earlier. That job wasn't right for me, but if I hold on to it, I'm not going to reach out for the job that's right for me, the partner that's right for me, the stuff that's right for me. Do you know? It's this. What's fair and what's not fair. What is mine to hoard or take or keep? And it's about that thing about hoarding versus saving. Hoarding means that you pinch, whereas saving means that you look after, but you also do. You know, it's not at a, you know what I mean? It's not Scroogey. Sorry, group 3, I'm not meaning to be harsh. I'm just, yeah. And then you get the 4 of Cups for your advice. And I was saying, I think this came out for Leo. I remember because it made me think of someone. In fact, I mentioned it to him, like how protected he is. Something like that. And that's the thing is, you know, I feel this is about trusting spirit, trusting that whatever hasn't worked out for you, it's leading you to a place where you are protected. This offer from spirit, you know, the 4 of Cups is like looking away when something comes in. It's like, oh, please, I'm bored, or I'm not interested, or whatever. And here, this beautiful soul, and maybe it's this King of Cups, is offering you something beautiful, something protective, but you don't want to look there because you are looking that way. You're saying that thing that didn't work out has to work out this way. It's something like that, group 3. I said I will get another one for here. I'm going to draw from this other deck. Oh, wow. Someone, I feel, is offering you, Ace of Wands, new beginnings, a new beginning. And you might not be looking at it. It looks like a water sign, it looks like Pisces or Cancer with the moon there, and it's stability. There's some really lovely energy around you. Don't look away from it. It's spirit guiding you to something that is more about what's right for you, group 3. Okay, my dear group 3s, I hope this has helped you. I send you lots of love. I'd love to hear your comments. Like, share, subscribe, and tell others about me. And I will chat with you again soon. Sending you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You chose this beautiful Temperance card and the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. And your card is Messenger of Earth. This is the Page of Coins. Oh, so sweet. Wow, that stag message. It feels like your concern is about financial stability or stability. No, like financial stability. Where are these cards? I've got so many decks out now. Oh well, with that. Hey? Yeah, I can see. The Hanged Man. Group 4. You have the Hanged Man in reverse. Let me just check. Which to me suggests that a wait is over. You've been waiting and now something is ready to move forward. So with the Page of Cups in the reverse here, everyone's got this emotional thing that hasn't worked out the way you anticipated. Maybe you made an offer to someone and it wasn't reciprocated. Something that was emotionally dear to you hasn't worked out the way you have wanted it. But like group 3, I feel like it's prepared you to look at your options, what is right for you. This is you daydreaming about having, well, you have many options, I think, available to you, or you have many things to do and it's time to act now. I feel with the Chariot card there, it's saying don't be afraid to act, or don't hold back now. It's time to move forward. Even if you have a whole lot of projects or things to do, or there are many options, you can narrow them down, you can prioritize, but you have I think Spirit's saying it's time to move now. With the Fool in the reverse there, that might be fear of risk. And maybe you are needing to take risks. We'll see. That's what you need to think about. Maybe that's your big question is, how do I feel about risk? And then in the unconscious, you have the Queen of Swords. Truth talk. That's what's coming to the surface. Maybe you'll hear about something that you've been waiting to, and that's the reason you move on. Yeah, and the Two of Wands says the same thing. You are releasing something. You are releasing the waiting game. And it does something healing. I'm glad that for you that the Three of Swords is in reverse. It's something that is healing. It's maybe you've waited long for something, this thing that didn't work out, and now you can see the next thing. You know what's coming in. In the near future, I have the Queen of Coins. So I feel like a new beginning, an offer coming in, or you sitting pretty. It's a very lovely energy here of you feeling confident and competent, and maybe a job offer comes in, or something comes in, or maybe a lot of options, but it's time for you to move forward on them, and accept something. But it really, your message is about moving forward on something. With the Ace of Wands, gosh, what I got was something stalls. Maybe something is let go of in order for this movement forward. Let's see. And then, yeah, we'll come back to that. Four of Cups beneath the deck. This feels very much like the traditional Four of Swords, where you are going within and getting guidance on which is the right way forward. Maybe you have a number of options of the way forward. Maybe you have a number of offers. Maybe you have a number of people coming in, lovers, you know, with the Seven of Cups there. And there are lots of options, and you get the Seven of Cups there. Wow. Oh my goodness. Very interesting. Okay. In the near past, with the Page of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. So this thing that didn't work out, maybe you were given an offer and it looked lucrative. It could have been a love, whatever, but there was a lot of burden in it. You know, like that where you, say if let's say you were offered a job and it was like a lot of money, but then when you actually did the job, you didn't have time off to be with your children, you couldn't take your child to the doctor, you know, it was that kind of double-edged sword. So something was a double-edged sword is what I'm feeling. And with the Seven of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups here. I think you are raring to go and take one cup forward. Now, you can't have them all. Or, yeah, you can't have them all. For some of you, it could be bringing, well, maybe you can, bringing all these projects now into one forward movement. Do you know? Like you might have had all these loose ends and now it's tying them up and bringing them together. But I think for most of you, this is like, make a choice. Now it's time to make a choice, the thing that makes you joyful. Choose the thing that makes you joyful is what I'm seeing and feeling here. And then you are ready to move. The Fool there showing up in the center of your reading. Spirit, I think, is pushing you off that cliff. And then in what you need to think about, with the Fool, you get the Seven of Cups in the reverse. You know, it's like Spirit is saying, jump, I'm here. I'm saying there's this thing that is for you, whatever that is. You know, and what's so interesting, you have these two ones. They are in reverse, but there's something about them that I need to look at more. Very special, I feel. I feel there's a strong thing about which the one is. You know, something about take that jump. You know what that is. There's a thing that's being presented to you and you've been afraid. It could be a person. And then with the Queen of Swords, you get the Two of Wands, like this time of sitting back is out. It's time for you to act, and your actions are about speaking. I think they're about words. Signing contracts, maybe even, or a contract. Absolute definition, clarity. That's what's beneath the surface. That's what's coming up. You're about to move, I feel. With the Two of Wands, there's something ending. Death is in reverse here. You might be reluctant, but I feel like your time of waiting is over now. And I think that this is guidance. This is just your fear, and you are ready to move on now. And then with the Three of Swords, you have the Hermit here. Card of Virgo. You also have Taurus and the Queen of Coins. So you might be dealing with an earth sign. Here around you is hurt and pain, maybe caused by a Virgo. Here you have Scorpio, but this is your energy. You may be a Scorpio or have Scorpio in you, but this is you resisting change. Maybe it's not hectic resistance, because I see so much that's pushing you to do this, take this leap of faith, group 4. But maybe you are healing from something. You know, it could even be healing from some deep spiritual lesson that you've had. Maybe or from a time of quiet. Maybe you went out and did a lot of this work now. And actually, I'm seeing this now. It could be someone comes along and something comes along. And everything in this reading is saying that you're ready for this next phase. You've done the going within, and it helped you heal something. Because the Hermit goes in to gain inner wisdom, and maybe that's what's happened. Maybe this is still coming for you to look at. For some of you, it could be you are dealing with the Virgo that has caused pain, or you've caused pain too. But there's been a lot of healing, I feel. There's been a lot of healing. And then with the Queen of Coins, you get the Empress. So you are ready to be the Empress, whoever you are. You're ready to enjoy the spoils. It's like you are jumping into that. If you take this leap of faith into this person, this offer, the one that you know is the right one, it's leading to this solidness, this feeling of contentment, this feeling of, hey, I deserve to have it all kind of thing. No? The Empress knows their worth, and that's where you are being guided to, dear hearts, if you trust Spirit, this new beginning, fresh new beginning. I'm thinking now, baby being born. Maybe you have been, but you can't take a leap of faith on that, right? You just have to do it. what's going to happen. But there could be something. There's a new situation coming in. It's beautiful, and it feels fresh and new and youthful and new. And then let's look at these two aces. I'm feeling like drawing a line in the sand. I always feel with the Ace of Swords, whether it's up or down, I get a different message. This one, and that's fire, and there's fire here, right? That's the Ace of Wands, and there's fire here. Something that you'll be passionate about. You're about to embark on something that you will feel passionate about. Let me take a moment. Ace of Wands in reverse. And that's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So maybe this has happened already. You've risen from the ashes. There's a new beginning. And something that you have had a lot of passion for. Maybe a renewal of that. And it's almost staking your claim. Staking your claim here with the Ace of Swords. Maybe you were wishy-washy about it, and now you're saying, this is my right. It's something like that. Let me see if anything else wants to come for you, group 4. It's very interesting. Oh, and advice, the 7 of Wands with the Star card. You see the 1 and the 7, there's a new beginning in how you stand up for yourself, how you show up for yourself. There's a wish fulfillment, there's healing, there's hope. This is the Star of Hope. And I feel the next part of your journey, the next 2 weeks or the next part of your journey is about you learning a new way of, this is related to the Ace of Wands. Of showing passion for yourself. I think that your guidance there, because that's in your advice, is that your thing is to, there's something coming in and you're being pushed by Spirit. Your next, this thing that's coming in is something that it's about you healing something where you did not show up for yourself. Something quite fundamental in your attitude, in the way you are, in how you show up. It's like standing up for staking your claim, basically. And it is something to do with that Ace of Wands there. Let me get one more for that. So it's the Ace of Wands. Craftsman of Air. Wow. Wow. I feel like this thing that you're being pushed to, something didn't work out. It was loving and passionate or whatever, but you're being pushed to something where you might be more, Craftsman of Air, more studious. Maybe you are moving from a job where it was your passion, and now you're moving. Yes, there's still passion there, but it's more, it requires more studiousness. It requires more head. It requires more writing and I don't know, things to do with analysis. Maybe you're moving into a university setting, and maybe that's why you're afraid, because you never were there before. Maybe you're starting to study where you didn't before. But there's something shifting about that. And it's requiring you to show up in a different way and stand up for this different way of being. And you're healing that. So, it could be you've told yourself you can't study, you're not good at studying, and you're not intelligent, and you are having a shift in perception because Spirit is showing you that. Wow. Really beautiful, group 4. That's just an example, but it's you showing up for yourself in a different way. Let me leave it, because I think I've said what I need to say. Okay, group 4, sending you lots of love. I'd love to hear how this sat for you. Please do share your feedback. give me a comment, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.